Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Hey, happy Tuesday everyone.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back guys to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode 156. Before we start, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts like this one Billy's wearing, you can head over to the MediaHijack.com, grab you some official Media Hijack t-shirts. Also, if you guys want to visit us on Reddit, Chris Unholy is over there, so you can join our Reddit community and post whatever you guys want. And if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, you can head to our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe over there and watch the replay whenever you guys want. And don't forget, audio listeners, rate, comment, give us that 5 stars.
Do it.
There it is.
Do it.
We have one more episode left.
Yes. Before the hiatus. Can I move this?
Yeah, you can move it.
I feel like it's... I love it. I feel like it's just...
Yeah. One more episode, which next week is going to be our last episode.
Yes.
And then Chris is going to move to Utah.
Yes.
For I don't know how long. Hopefully not.
Shoot for like a year.
Okay.
A year.
So...
Not forever. That's for sure. We're not trying to be out there forever.
Yeah. I hope not. But after Chris moved there, whenever he gets settled down, whenever he's ready to jump into it, we're going to try to do the podcast over Discord, and we're just going to do it, through the internet.
Yeah, schedule might change too. What other days works best for us, and we got to take consideration the 2-hour time difference. Yeah, so we gotta quarterback this shit, but we got it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But next week, the last one for sure.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I might get into drugs. I don't know.
with all that free time.
Get a new hobby.
I don't know.
Hey,
yo. Happy birthday.
We got Judy delivering us birthday. Oh.
It did.
Okay, we got Judy giving us.
Dad, don't do it. You blocked that one.
She was asking me like, you guys gonna have the fan on? I was like, yeah, it's a bit hot. No, I could light it with this one.
Oh, let's do it. Look at you. This is why we're a team.
There you go.
Are you touching me? Yes.
Okay, we got it.
No.
We got it.
There we go.
All right, man. Like, happy birthday. The big 3-6.
Let's go.
Wait, I'm 36. Yeah.
Big 3638.
All right, let me make a wish.
I blew mine out. I breathed on it.
Oh, you breathed on it? Man,
Thank
happy
you, Judy.
birthday, dude.
Thank you, Judy. Happy birthday, bro.
Leo season.
Let's go.
What?
Time to show the world what we're made of.
Here, let me give you your fork. You just eat it whenever.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Judy, for the birthday treats.
I just smoked. Hold on.
How was it?
I got the munchies. That's good. Strawberry.
What is it? Like a
strawberry cake?
Hey.
Strawberry shortcake?
Just rolled out of bed, cheered 100. Thank you. Give us all the money.
Please. Yeah.
Rob the bank. Thank you. All right. Let's get started. All right, so our first topic for the night, which is Chris' topic, we're going to be talking about Nahanni Valley, which is a national park located southwestern part of Canada.
Yes.
It's known for stunning landscapes, including like big canyons and pristine rivers and towering peaks. But we all know like the track record of these national parks.
Yeah.
It's always like a mystery behind it.
Yes.
Always a legend, folklore, like, always something that the people who live there, they have a story for these places.
Mainly a lot of spirits.
Old
spirits running around there.
It's not a game out there.
Man, no, I let them have it.
You guys want to take a stroll with a horse out there? The horse is like, nah, man.
I know you heard the story.
The horse is like, even I know the rules.
White man, stay here. Let's watch TV.
Stay your ass in town.
Why we gotta go out there? Yeah, man. But yeah. So the Nahanni National Park Reserve, like Billy said, is up there in Canada, way up there in Canada, and I think you have to get there by plane, like a lot of other places in that region, kind of like how we talked about with Alaska, since it's so deserted away from everyone else. I think the closest city to there is like Yellowknife, and that's it.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, that is dope. I don't know where it came from.
That's a cool name for a band too.
Maybe, right? It's dope. But it's called Yellowknife city. That's out there, and it's only major city in the area. I think everything else might be like little towns, if that. It's probably mainly just barren wasteland. That's what I was looking at on Google Earth. There's not a lot of people out there. It's pretty barren.
Yeah. So it's like Native American, right? Or Native Indians?
Yeah, like native people from over there. Actually, these people one group of people called the Denny people. They've been there, who lived in Nahanni for at least 10,000 years prior to the arrival of European explorers in the late 18th century. Had long spoken of mystical creatures, hidden tropical gardens and rivers that should be avoided by all people that show up there. Says that there may be good reasons for that. At least 4 headless bodies throughout that time have been found throughout in that area since like the 1900s. There's 4 headless bodies, but before we even get to that part, there's like a whole folklore and stuff of why these certain elements may exist at Nahanni Park or whatever.
So would it be like considered like sacred land?
Yeah, I would think so. Because they talked about how when Europeans came over there, that was all like
disrespect.
It was all like special land, and they tried to warn Europeans when they first got there. Like they were actually scared when Europeans first got there. Like, oh my God, they're gonna get us all killed because they're gonna disrespect the land.
Yeah,
they don't know the rules of the spirit world. Yeah, they don't know the spirit world.
They're just babies. They don't understand the rules. Like there's because they know what is actually going on behind the scenes.
They know the stories
of like this reality. Like they know what's behind door number 1.
Hey, you take your shoes off before you step on that leaf. Like don't be with your nasty European boots.
You better kiss that dog on the lips before you pass these grounds. Because that's the rule.
That's the rule.
And that's actually not a dog. It's a shapeshifter.
We tricked
the
you.
The dog's like, oh.
What's up?
Here's a fun fact about the Nahanni Valley. Did you know that it was twice as high as Niagara Falls?
No, I did not. That's good.
Yeah, Nahanni Valley.
Damn, I don't know.
And Niagara Falls is huge.
I've never been there, but
have you seen it on TV?
My parents were there for the anniversary a couple years ago.
Huge.
They loved it. Yeah, this is like when you see it, you just like. They told me there was like a tunnel that they walked through. Where like it's like a tunnel that went underneath Niagara Falls, and it's like you get hit like with hurricane force winds.
Whoa.
And you have to go up these steps, and you getting rained on. But
that's dope.
They say it's like so powerful. They even got in the boat and everything too.
Damn, that's cool. I want to go now.
Yeah, they went on a tour.
Judy, book it.
I'm trying to go there one day, man. I heard it's actually a really good. No, because they went on they went there for the American side and on the Canadian side.
Oh,
yeah, because it's on both sides. Yeah, so they went to both sides of it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, and Canada is so strict when you cross the borders.
Cienata.
With Cienata, when my parents drove across the Canadian border and they did a background check on them, they were like, "Mr. Jones, do you have your gun on you?" He's like, "No, that's at the house." He's like, "We have to search your vehicle." Like they knew just by running his name, like, "Hey, you own a gun too?" So
yeah, I heard. Yeah, their security is super strict out there. Yeah, from when I hear what people traveling out there, they do like blogs and like, man, fucking Canada security is fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're strict, man.
But they're happy to kick you back out.
Oh yeah,
they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Crazy ass America,
run in there, get out of here.
Shoot each other over there, motherfuckers. I don't blame them. I would too.
Get the hell out of here.
All right, so it says Nahanni Valley is a region in Nahanni National Park in Deco region of Northwest Territories. So there's all these canyons and whatnot, but these people have actually been settled there. Well, they say like the first human occupation has been there since for actually like 9,000 to like 10,000 years ago.
Damn,
which is insane.
Says that like Jesus was alive back then, like that, or before that?
I think that would have been before all that.
Because
so religious people believe that Earth has been around for like 6,000 years, 4,000 years, something. Because they don't believe in the prehistoric times. They believe like Earth didn't start till Jesus got here type shit, and like nothing was before him. It's silly. I mean, shout out to them, I guess. I don't know. But so I'm assuming this would even be before he was even alive. And so,
And the humans were there.
yes, some were humans, some, because I believe back then that's when they saw the boom of the spirit world, back when it was strong. Because there's evidence of prehistoric humans. Evidence of prehistoric human use has been found throughout the Johan Lake and a few other sites at the park. They talk about how back then, within the 9,000, 10,000 years ago, there's this one group known as the Naha tribe. And I think that's where they maybe got the name Nahanni Park.
Mm-hmm.
But the Naha tribe was this tribe that was like the strongest one out of all the tribes in the area. And it was just going around and whipping all the other tribes' ass, just beating them up like a bully.
All for territory.
All for territory. And eventually all the other tribes are like, man, we're trying to get picked on, man. Fuck this. Let's all team up together. So they all came together and went up to the Naha tribe
Mm-hmm.
to confront them. And when they got there, everybody was gone. Everybody was gone.
Disappeared.
No, to this day, nobody knows up to the tribe. The tribe that was running things just gone and then vanished. And then they were like, okay, let's cut up this land, man.
Holy shit, that's weird.
Yeah, this got a whole tribe, a dominating tribe too. Not like some little tribe, a dominating tribe.
Did they leave like a lot of stuff behind too, or what? Did it look like they packed up and leave?
Yeah, it looked like just packed up and left. It was like no bodies, from my understanding. From what I was looking at, no bodies. This almost reminded me of like how when European settlers first got to America and they landed on Roanoke, off of like the coast. I think it was Virginia or wherever Roanoke is at. They first got there, and then they all of a sudden just like disappeared. And all you see like carved on like on the trees like Roanoke, and there's no signs of like people ever being there at all.
That's weird.
Yeah, definitely got abducted. That was my thing.
Or they slipped into like a time gap or some shit.
Slipped through reality. Oh shit!
Because you know that movie, what's that movie? The scary one, like Insidious or one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one that's like based on a real house. Well, they say like the owners like of the real house, like they have this story where like they were eating dinner, right? And then out of nowhere, they saw like another family eating dinner, but they were dressed up in like colonial clothes or old school clothing. But the crazy thing is like when they looked at her, they got spooked. It's like they're the one that saw the ghost.
Oh,
it's like she was like the ghost. And then they saw her, it's like, oh shit, it's happening. But then that's how she described like them looking at her, like she was the ghost.
Oh,
yeah.
So it feels like almost like a
and then they just vanished and stuff. So there's like I think everything's happening all at one time, like the past, future, present. It's happening right now.
So you're the ghost in their world, and you're the ghost, they're the ghost in our world,
right? So like,
that's trippy shit.
When you hear something like like crash in the house, like real shit, like in this house when I was by myself, like in this house, right? I heard like a big crash, like something. It's like somebody took a picture frame and smashed it on the ground. That's how loud it was.
What?
So I was like, holy shit, my Bob Lazar print probably broke. That was the first thing, because I was like, it sounded like glass shattering. So I went to look. I was like, okay, it didn't fall. So I checked all the frames. No frame fell. I checked everything in the closet. There was nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck was that noise? It happened twice.
In the same spot?
It just sounded really loud. I just don't know where it came from. It's freaky, man.
I'm like, Stone Cold? Like,
yeah, Stone Cold. Bob said like the Others. Oh, the movie The Others.
Oh my god, the movie The Others is good, man.
It's kind of like that, dude.
I had to put my mom in that movie like years ago. I was like, yo, watch.
Still talk to you?
No.
I thought that movie was like kind of like traumatizing.
No.
The Others with Nicole Kidman, right?
Yeah, with the yeah. Oh, the ending is fucked up. Oh man, it's all coming back to me.
I kind of forgot the ending.
Oh, dude, watch it again for the ending. It's trippy.
Yeah, I just remember the premise of like the movie.
But she still does talk to me though. That movie is fucking horrible.
How dare you?
Why would you put this movie on me?
Yeah, that's like telling somebody to watch that one movie with the Korean guy. He was in jail. Old Boy.
Oh, that movie's crazy as shit.
That shit was crazy.
Once you get to the end, you like
the Korean one, not the American one.
No. The American one was trash. The Spike Lee joint.
Hold on, let me open the door for her.
Yeah, the Spike Lee joint. Yeah, that was trash. The original one is.
Oh, you ain't want to get out.
What do you want, Proton? What do you want, girl?
Protono. That's her Indian name.
Protono. So like, we get back to this. So it says the tribe wound up disappearing, right? they wound up just disappearing off the face of the earth, right? And so throughout history, you start seeing all these other creatures starting to form throughout the region, and they actually have this one hero, this mythological hero, which is like his name is Yamaza, and he's a benevolent culture hero of the Nini tribes, sometimes referred to as a transformer by folklorists.
A transformer or like a shapeshifter?
I guess like a shapeshifter, but I guess back then it would be like he transforms, and I guess I don't know, maybe that's what he referred to him back then. Says he's generally portrayed as a heroic monster slayer and a friend of mankind. Though there's some stories about him that are humorous in nature, he frequently uses cleverness rather than strength to defeat his enemies, at which point he either kills them or transforms them into something harmless. But his name actually means traveler or wanderer. So there's like these stories throughout that region, and this is where like a lot of these giant creatures come into play, where this man, this mythological hero, was a monster hunter, and he was fighting all these big ass beasts and creatures and all that
in that valley.
Damn. For example, they talk about how Chicho's Thundersteps was basically like this giant creature named Chicho. It was chasing after him. Our main character Yazao. What's it doing this story? One of these creatures he fights. It might have been this creature right here. He's fighting him, and then they actually like he's like running, and when the creature's like trying to stomp on him, it's making lakes every time it stomps. So that's why you see like lakes.
Oh, it's like a giant.
It's like a giant. Yes, he's battling like these giants, and that's why you see like these lakes in this area looking like big ass feet prints, because it was like chasing after him, and the monster was like just stomping after him.
So would that explain this one picture that they found in Nahanni Valley?
Yes.
That we're about to show you guys real quick. Would that explain the pictures like this?
Look at this, man.
Don't that look like
so supposedly
cute big ass toes?
So yeah, so apparently a hero of like these mythological stories was running from a creature of this size, and when the creature was chasing after him, every time it stepped, they say it was making lakes. That's how heavy it was. Like
that looked like a lake, right?
And he eventually outsmarts it and defeats it as the tale goes.
That is wild.
Yes.
Here's another picture.
You look at this.
This one looked more like a creature, like a lizard or a duck or something.
I remember showing me Godzilla. I was like, oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah. This one could be Godzilla.
Maybe that's a giant a giant titan.
Yeah.
And then maybe the other one's like its pet. Maybe they had like pets, like giant pets. You know,
like
a giant pet reptile dog or something.
Yeah. That is crazy.
To eat humans. Actually, that'd be as big as that damn footprint is. Earth had to be a lot bigger than that then. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would they be able to survive on this planet with that foot size that big? That would be
and little tiny trees.
Yeah, and just like right. How they?
I think Earth
was big. Was it bigger?
I think it is bigger. I just think a lot of it is blocked off. Like, you know, if we go like beyond Antarctica, like let's say it's just more out there, like what they were saying.
I think it's actually much larger.
Like a lot more land out there.
I think they have said too that Earth is actually a little bit bigger than what they've said, but I think I don't know what scientists say, but it might be one of the things that's kind of like, wait, what's that term? Where you kind of prepare people's brains for when it really comes out, this shit's actually bigger than what it is.
Oh, damn.
That's on the tip of my tongue too. We talked about it like way back.
Yeah. Fuck.
Damn it, I can't think of it.
But so that story where he's getting chased by that big ass creature, and every step he makes he creates lakes, right? Was that story told a long time ago? Like it's a super old story?
This is ancient story. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's an ancient story, right? But so back then they couldn't get aerial view of like what it would look like if they would see like
even if it was people making it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like there's no way, because if you're just walking, it just look like a regular lake. You don't know if that's a footprint,
right?
But this is like an aerial view from like a helicopter. So, you know, fast forward to like today times where you can actually see above
a damn foot.
So you'd be like, hey, is that story true? Because that looks like a footprint. So you would be like, okay, the folklore story that they told about the big footprints, but now we have the technology to actually look.
Because back then, when they wouldn't know, they'd be like, it's a lake.
Yeah, you're just a street level view.
Right?
Yeah, it just looked like a lake. Like, what, are you gonna investigate that?
He stepped here, but they didn't realize it was like shaped like some toes.
Yeah, it's like, it's just too big. But now we can see.
Now we can see it.
Be like, oh, maybe that story's true.
Shit, the birds back then were like, man, wait till they start flying. Man, this shit looks crazy from up here.
Yeah,
this shit looks wild.
If they get that far,
if they don't blow each other up. Oh yeah, so they says that Also, there's also not even so much in this area, just throughout Canada. Apparently, there's like a lot of other creatures that exist, giant creatures that exist out there, like giant beavers and giant wolverines. It says according to Denny, the tribe, because there's like a lot of tribes in this area, but this main one will stick with this tribe. So the Denny and their ancient land, Deniada, was terrorized by giant beavers that would attack people. Yamoria, which is our hero, would chase them to the northwest corner of the present day, whatever is Sacagawea, what it's called. But basically, our hero would chase him up to a specific area and then wind up defeating him and killing him. One beaver kicked away all the trees too. Like one beaver was so massive that it just like swept his tail just swept through like trees and just flattened land. And it's now referred today as like a desert out there. Actually, it's a desert out there called the Athabasca sand dunes, which I didn't even know Canada had a desert, but they have a desert out there. Damn. That they say that with the mythological lore that our hero was fighting a beaver, and then when he's fighting a creature during the battle, creatures like swept his tail and just completely just wiped out a chunk of the like earth.
Damn.
And like took out all the trees and everything. Big? Yeah. To where like, and that's why it's like they say that's why a desert exists, which I never knew a desert even exists.
What a wild
in Canada.
Story. It's kind of like the biggest big fish story I ever heard.
Right? just turn the damn like just desert.
And with the whip of his tail, a desert was created.
Which I do think is weird that I didn't know Canada could get deserts. I thought it would be too cold. But then again, deserts do get cold as shit though at times.
Yeah, they get cold at night.
But yeah,
any like mystery stories like nowadays, like when people go to national park, like is there stories about weird shit happening?
As far as like supernatural occurrences, that there are people that say they hear like screams out there, and they say it usually happens during like when the weather gets cold. That's when they hear it. Mm-hmm. But then they say it might be contributed to like the wind just breezing through, whatever. But as far as like people dropping dead, no. But there's areas that they do remain like out of lore, because if you look at how many people go to say the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, they say somewhere between like 3 to 4 million people go there a year, something crazy. Where if you look at this national park, they say like 1,000 to less than that people go to this place, because a lot of this lore is kind of like, actually Rocky Mountains is very like, okay, people probably can get to you in a heartbeat if you ever fall or whatever. We're out there in Nahanni National Park. It's a barren wasteland. I would assume is way more dangerous. And like a lot of stories, they when I was watching a video about it, they do claim that some of these people may be just scared off by these lures, because there's some weird stuff going out there, and it's barren, and it's like a lot of stuff. Like even within Alaska, remember we talked about that one spot in Alaska within an Alaskan triangle. Yeah, it's just areas where like people will most people will avoid, just off of stories and just how dangerous it is. Because you stuck out there, you stuck, and
yeah. I got one story though.
Okay.
So like in the mid 20th century, like a number of prospectors and miners ventured into the valley to search for riches, particularly gold. So they were looking for gold, and then like under like weird circumstances, right? They all disappeared, like all of them. No traces of bodies or belongings like ever found. Oh, my mom's calling. I might have to pick this up.
All right.
Oh, we'll take a break, and we're back.
Yeah.
All right, so what I was talking about, like those guys, they went to go look for gold, and then they completely vanished, disappeared, and then all their belongings like were gone, and then they nicknamed like this valley the Headless Men, because there's they say like you would see pretty much bodies with no heads walking around over there. This is one of the mysteries about this place. Another crazy thing about Nahanni Valley, there's actually a book written out explaining all the mysteries that ever happened there. And I read like a little bit of it, but it's just a lot of like tales about it.
There's a lot, man. For a place I never even heard of it till recently.
Yeah, so I think people, they do go missing at this park too. Like,
yeah, I could probably see that. I mean,
Canada is known like not just Canada is famous for having a lot of missing people too.
Yeah, in
their big national parks.
Yeah, man. Canada and Alaska, man. That whole region.
Yeah, it's weird.
Some of the biggest missing people, like some of the biggest missing cases on Earth happen like in Alaska. So Canada's right there. So
yeah, like maybe like that's like the easiest way like to just kidnap somebody because of the vastness and the, you know, like in that region it's like nobody else is there but you and a couple people, and they could just scoop up people so easy. Like compared to like They're like, wouldn't they just go to cities and scoop people up? It's like, no, that might be a headache.
Yeah, man, too much.
Too much shit, too much eyes, too much people with, weapon carry license.
Yeah, for man, hey, for real.
They're like, yeah, just get the people at national parks because they go there.
Easy. And they're not going to spend that much resource, especially in a massive park. They're like, yeah, bear got them, and just leave it at that.
Yeah, there's also like another place I looked up over there. They call it the silent zone.
Okay.
So like in this area, like radio signals and communication devices often experience like interference or fail to function altogether.
Mm.
They said that the cause of the phenomenon remains unexplained, and they said scientists are like intrigued and adventurers, like they're still confused about why this area you can't get no radio signals.
All right, we know why, folks. We know what's up.
Because you're on the wrong channel.
Yeah, right, man. You gotta change that with AM. You want FM.
Angel radio.
Angel radio, yeah. Supernatural.
/ Tesla. 434. Or what was it? 536?
Was that
536? Yeah, I forgot.
My brain old.
Yeah.
I just turned 38. My brain's old now. I can't even.
If you want to learn like about the universe, like how it's all created, he said like look into like these numbers. I forgot what it was.
There's like the key numbers.
Yeah, it's like the numbers to the universe, basically.
Shit.
Like figure it out.
I don't know if I don't even want to know. Oh, so you said the two guys who I'm getting killed, right? Got decapitated.
I said that?
You think so, right?
No, I just said like maybe that's what happened. They got decapitated?
Yeah, so the guys that went missing, they wound finding their bodies later.
Okay, so you know the story, the Headless Valley.
Yeah. So 2 years later, after the guys went missing, they had found their bodies at the bank of the Nahanni River, and their heads were like completely gone. And they were
2 years later, you said.
2 years later, they found their bodies 2 years later, which was crazy because this is one of them situations where search teams went out, searched the whole area, did like a little grid search
through the area.
Bodies weren't there before.
Man,
boom, bodies pop up on the shore. Heads gone, heads clean gone too. And they couldn't be one of the things like, well, maybe a bear did it. It was just the head was gone, and they never found the heads. It's just the bodies were there.
A bear.
I just feel like eating head today.
Yeah,
popped his head off
because I'm classy.
Yeah, so I'm trying to watch my diet,
Yeah. I just do head this time.
Gotta watch my bare hips.
And return them 2 years later.
Right?
Like, no. That shit doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, they found the bodies 2 years later on the left side of the river and next to, and basically they found them and a party of explorers wound up coming across them. That's how the bodies were found. But then, 9 years later, after the brothers were found, Martin Jorgensen actually thought he was brave enough to go out there and look for some gold in the Nahanni Valley, and then soon his ass went missing too. And then they basically found his body as well without a head sometime later again. And then there was
that's the weird thing about it.
Yeah, and then they found another person in 1945, a miner from Ontario, Canada. He wound up getting decapitated too, but they found his body inside a sleeping bag.
Damn.
He's in a sleeping bag, so he didn't even get out the fight. It was just like,
so they opened a sleeping bag and there's a child with no head.
Boom! Oh, I was like a grown man, but he's a minor. He's a minor.
Oh.
No. He's like a minor, like in a
minor, like ting ting
ting ting, getting cold.
Oh.
Not a minor as in a child.
Oh, okay. Like I'm looking for gold, minor.
I'm a child
like
trying
a
to
gold
dig for
digger, whatever you call them.
Yeah, there was a minor, like a minor.
Man, this whole story, it reminds me of that show Dark, which is like a TV series. Yeah. I think it's made in Germany. It's one of the most deepest like time travel show I ever seen in my whole life. I'm
still trying to watch it. I have to. Dude, I have to. I'm gonna try Utah when I'm taking a break from work for like a month. I'm gonna watch it that time frame so I can be like, I gotta watch it. Like,
it's a fun show. Like just get a big ass poster board and just start drawing the family like tree and shit, just connecting it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because like in the series, right? Spoiler alert, I don't care, but
you should have seen.
There's a part in the movie where like the bodies would just drop out of nowhere, right? And then this is a kid that's been missing since like the 80s. Like now his bodies show up like in the 2000s.
Oh.
And they're like, what the hell? This child been missing for like 20, 30 years and shit. But the body, like it never grew up or anything. It's still like the same age, and everything. Like the clothes was still dated, like back then.
Right.
and the body, it's almost like the kid just died. So they're like, their mind's so boggled right now. Like,
Oh, so he's dead.
yeah, the kid is dead,
Oh,
but he's been
shit.
missing for like 20 something years.
And the body looks fresh.
The body, yeah. And then like the big brother, already a grown adult. He's like, this is my missing brother. But why is his body still like a child? And why is his body just showing up now?
Right.
So they're so confused. Like, imagine that happening.
Just fall through time.
Like, how could you even explain that, right? It's like his body was like perfectly preserved. It's like he died like an hour ago.
Man.
Still warmer or whatever. They're like, this doesn't make no sense at all.
Would you go to the cops? What would you do?
I don't know, to be honest. I
I'm
don't
like,
even know.
I'm like, look, guys, he's wearing bell bottoms. It's 2023. He is not from here. You call the
Yeah,
police.
they went to the cops. The cops, they're all confused too. They're like, what the hell is going on? Like, nothing is even adding up at all. So, all of them, like, all their reality is just flipped upside down because
I bet.
it's like a small town too, and they're like, how is this even possible? It doesn't make sense. So the dad or whatever, he started investigating and
He got too
enjoy
deep.
the show. Like, the show was so good, dude.
That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, if you can like if you like investigating shit, if you're like a detective, you have that mindset to try to figure shit out.
Yeah, I'll be trying to get ahead of the show.
This show it might be like the funnest show for like you to watch.
Should I watch this with a companion? I think
Yes.
I might try to get my girl to watch this with me so we can be like.
That'll be perfect because
I
like
might need a second. She
you
good
guys
at
can
this shit.
figure out the whole family, like who's related to who,
Okay.
and then when you find out like who's sleeping with who, you're gonna be like, holy shit, this show's disgusting. Yeah, but it's crazy. It's good though. It's good.
I must have started. You've been telling me for years to watch. I'm like, damn, this is one of them shows I got like, I gotta really get my mind set on it. 'Cause I know I gotta pay attention.
To me, it's one of the most well put together shows. Like, it's the most well thought out show.
Yeah, I heard it was like critics like. I heard it was like very like a real good show.
It's like somebody like from the year 3000 like came up with the story because it was so well made. It's like you probably need to live like 100 years to write a story like this because it's so deep.
Or be AI.
Yeah,
Maybe AI
yeah.
wrote
You
it.
have to be like, I don't know, man. Storytelling mode like level 1000 and shit. It's really good. Like, I saw it 3 times first season before I got it. That's how difficult this movie is or the series. Because I watched it second time, I was like, I'm still confused. And then third time watch, I was like, oh. And then we were watching at the same time Bob was watching it, so we were all like trying to figure it out together.
It felt
I was
good.
like, so that 2 step, blah, 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 blah. So she gave birth to herself? Like, what the fuck is... Yeah, like my head was hurting, dude.
Dude, that's why I like watching time travel shit sometimes. This is very... Fuck. You gotta be like... It could get twisty.
Yeah, it's wild. So, like, that's like... When you were talking about Nahanni Valley, how the guys were showing up like 2 years later,
Yeah.
it gave off that same vibe
Popping up.
of like a time travel event that happened. Maybe like they slipped into a gap, right? Like there was an area where they slipped into a time gap where they are showing up at a different place. But let's say like that place is like fucking chaos where if they see like intruders, they cut your head off.
Oh, yeah. Maybe like the year 3023 and then...
Yeah, they're like, oh, intruder.
He came through the time slip. Get him. Toss the bodies back through.
Yeah, they probably freaked out. Like they don't even know what happened. He just appeared. And he shows up with like modern clothes or whatever. Shows up with like a gun or whatever, and
They could have ended up in this distant future of Earth of where all these tears are happening in reality in the United States. The world, all the governments around the world form one big government to put like set up securities around these tears in reality. And it's like if anything comes through, kill it.
Yeah.
Some 2 dudes come through, like, take them out.
Yeah, they're already like waiting at the end of the portal, right? With like guns like, just aimed at the portal. Whoever shows up, they get shot. There's like a movie like that too. I remember seeing it.
Gotta take the head. Because back then they could not, because in my outfit, they weren't really able to track us down like this. We got to chop off the heads and throw the bodies.
But then like the time is so different. When they throw the bodies back, it's like fast forward like 2 years later, like in this time.
Fresh. So with these mysterious bodies that was shown up beheaded in Nahanni National Park, it eventually got to a point. Well, there's actually this. All these killers wound up stopping, right? They stopped, and to this day, nobody knows what happened. So when I was reading some stuff, and I was actually going through some of these mythological creatures, there's actually one creature that I saw. I was like, maybe this is the one that maybe this creature existed and just killed them. There's a creature called Wahila. It is described as a creature resembling a wolf or a wolf-bear hybrid.
Damn, that's scary.
It is said to stand. And it's not even this big either. It's actually pretty small. It says it is said to stand 4 to 5 feet tall at shoulders, with a wide head, enormous body, and blazing white fur. Various legends describe it as an evil spirit with supernatural powers and a penchant for removing people's heads. It is said to reside in Nahanni Valley, which has earned the nicknames Valley for Headless Man, Deadman Valley, Headless Range, whatever. But yeah, so it's like supposedly this legendary creature there is one that's removing heads. It may be the culprit of it. If it's true with the
wolf bear.
Yes, the wolf bear man dude.
That's scary.
Yes, that's out there, and
a wolf is already like fast, durable.
A bear too. Shit.
A bear is like straight torque.
No, oh my God! You seen a bear climb a tree?
I've seen a baby bear climb a tree.
Fuck, it's horrifying, man. They can move. I always figured like, okay, they say don't climb a tree. I'm good at climbing shit. I was like, I can probably get up a tree fast. I can probably out climb a bear. Man, they do it just as fast as they run.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I remember seeing a video of a hunter in a tree, like really high up, and then he was looking at the baby bear, and then next thing you know, he pointed the camera down again. The bear's already halfway up.
Oh,
like almost in his face already. He was like, holy shit, that was fast.
I don't know if I would jump out the tree. And my brain be like, don't do it, Chris, because your chances are better in this tree. Just fight him on a branch.
Yeah, I would have kicked him in his face.
Oh, for real, man. Kicked him in his bare nuts and then...
as hard as I can.
Shoved him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have, did like the south side stomp as hard as I can.
In the tree?
Yeah, like straight, crack, flatten his head.
He'd hit every branch on the way down.
And then his mom sees it.
Oh.
His mom was like, nah, fam.
Leave him.
Kick me like that.
Leave him.
Kick me like that. She climbed up the tree. I kicked the mom too.
Who else wants some?
This is my house.
You want some too, old man?
Kicked that mom in her head.
But yeah, I got nothing for that story. That's it. This is dead bodies, some ghosts, giant. The place is mainly known for like giant ass creatures. That was my big takeaway from all this. Big ass creatures that just roam around the area.
So, is it okay to go to a national park without weird shit happening?
To this one or just any park?
To this one in particular.
I wouldn't recommend it, but stick to the trails, I guess. I'll just go to the visitor center.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Don't go off trails.
Yeah, I'll just go to the visitor center and grab some pamphlets, and they probably got some good sightseeing spots, but I'm not trying to do like...
I don't know. With all these people missing at national parks, that shit kind of turned me off to do national park stuff.
I think a lot of people go off trail though. That's what they be fucking up at, man. These trails are designed for a reason to, hey man, don't go off the trail, because if you go missing, you're fucked.
The story it's just too a lot of weird shit with national parks.
Oh yeah.
Not even lately. Like this shit been happening. Like you go to a national park and ask them like, hey, do you guys got a missing people list over here? Sure. This is all the people. Like, am I safe here?
There's more in the back. There's more in the back.
Stay on the path.
Yeah, I don't see me. Here's my thing. I like nature stuff, but I like YouTube as well. So I just combine that and YouTube together and just watch nature on YouTube.
And now with VR,
man, you went the real experience, man.
Niagara, whoo! Like
I can feel it.
I just missed yourself.
Right. Gotta have the little fan with the mist too.
Whoa, that's what my mom was talking about.
I feel it. It smells like ocean.
Oh, that's a hurricane.
I would love to go there though. I would love to go to.
Yeah, I go to Niagara Falls.
Straight up.
Ain't nobody going missing there, right? To just die.
Well, there was a story about a guy who did die there, but it was because he got into like a barrel, and
like Houdini.
Yeah, and he tried to like survive the fall. Actually, not even disappear. He's gonna try.
So he made himself die.
Yeah, he tried to survive the fall from the top in the barrel, and then they say when they found him, the only thing they found was like his shoe or some shit. his body got taken by the earth, man. They're just like, here's his shoe.
In heaven, it's like, oh, that was fast.
Whoa, damn, that was quick.
Like, damn, you didn't even finish your life, dude.
Do you remember even hitting the water? Nah.
Or did I?
Ta-da.
Is that it for Nahanni?
That's it.
All right. When we get back, I have another story for you guys.
Let's go.
Be right back. And we're back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next story. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So there's in erection tech news, which is rising like with the younger patients, like to treat like the dysfunction in the erectile
Dysfunction and
your broken dick basically.
in younger people.
Yeah, which is weird. I think maybe they're jacking off a whole lot more now, like because they got access to porn at their fingertips from an early age. Like these kids are out there. These kids are out there, man. Like, back then, like how difficult it was, like for us to even come across like anything like that.
Yeah,
it was harder.
I don't think so much masturbate too much. It's probably pills. The kids on this pill shit, man. Kids on pills heavy. They don't even look down on weed at this point. These kids are weird now.
Yeah, like
I don't like to drink alcohol, but I'm gonna pop this fucking whatever. These kids will be on pills heavy.
All right, so throughout history, erectile dysfunction, which includes the inability to achieve an erect penis, spares no social class or age group. Oh man, I'm reading the wrong shit. All right, so like they're making like you ever heard of a cock ring?
Yeah.
Well, like they have like this new technology in the cock rings where you can put like the cock ring on you while you're sleeping, so it can detect like you getting hard like while you're asleep, and then they're trying to measure like okay like what's wrong with this guy. It's like basically like a penis health.
Okay.
They're trying to measure your penis health. Like, is it healthy? Like, are you getting like regular erections while you're sleeping? So like there's these doctors like they're trying to capitalize on this market of people with erectile dysfunction and try to figure out what's going on and help them at the same time using like technology like this cock ring that you can put on when you go to sleep.
So is it like a cock ring or is
it's
a cock
like
ring?
A cock ring.
So it makes them go hard while they're sleeping?
No, it doesn't make them go hard. It's just detecting it. It's like wearing a smartwatch on your dick.
Okay, but it's supposed to be like designed almost similar to a cock ring.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking it's like a cock ring to make your dick hard and then read the...
No, it's not supposed to like... It's just supposed to...
I think it's be like walking around like this all day.
It's supposed to just detect the health.
Okay.
It's like, how like smartwatch, you can detect like your heart rate, temperature, all that, ECG. Shit, hey, you're pregnant. I don't know if it goes that far. But yeah, like even smartwatch, like it's smart enough to detect all that, like blood pressure. I don't know, blood pressure. I'm not sure, but the Apple Watch is very smart. It gives you the whole health shit. It basically tell you if you're about to die or not. Like if your heart is beating like irregularly.
Hey man, you about to sneeze? Your heart just stopped.
It's like, hey, yeah, your heart is not beating normal at all. You might want to check with your doctor, see what's going on.
Something make you angry?
Yeah, it knows everything.
Does it cause anxiety having that type of thing?
No.
I always wonder if it would.
It's all happening in the background. Like if you think like something's wrong, you just check the health app. You'd be like you check your heart, everything, your oxygen, your heart oxygen, all that.
Oh man, I'd be so scared. It just
gives you like okay, you're normal.
You're good. I'd be so scared, man. I have like anxiety issues sometimes. So if I had it, I'd be like, doo-doo-doo. Oh fuck, this is it. Oh. We're about to leave. We have to exit this body.
Yeah, like that's like one of the reasons why I didn't want to like have a smartwatch because I don't.
Do you want to know?
I don't want to know if my heart is beating too fast.
That's what's scary about it.
It's like your heart's been beating too fast for the last 40 minutes. Like, shut up.
I'm not trying to hear it.
Chill. If I die. Like, be quiet.
Can I just enjoy it?
And then it's like, I'm like, hey, leave me alone, man. I'm doing something.
Please.
All right, so like, yeah, right now there's like a gold rush for the cure for erectile dysfunction. Like, it's on the rise right now,
Yeah.
Like, this renowned urologist, Dr. James Ellis, he's known for his work with the negative effects of smoking on your penis. Like, no. He used to do like effects on smoking, but then he switched his whole focus on like the erectile dysfunction. It's like he's like, oh, I don't care about people who smoke. Like I want to see why people dicks is not working now.
Yeah.
So you went to a whole different field, you know?
He's like, it ain't just about smokers. It's everyone.
Because it's like a gold rush right now. Like this is where the money's at. This is why you see like a lot of companies like
Blue Chew.
like Blue Chew, but like, you know, like before, like Viagra, Cialis, and stuff. Like they've been around like for
way
years
longer than Blue Chew.
Yeah, and Blue Chew is one of the ones where I guess they're trying to focus on like being discreet.
Yeah,
where you just order it and then you talk to the physicians like, yeah, we'll give you like a prescription to take Blue Chew, and they'll ship it to your door all discreetly, and then you can take the pill and then get an erection and then, you know, go to town.
I always thought you could buy Blue Chew at a convenience store or some shit.
I'm pretty sure you could buy anything like that at like a like Indian owned.
Yeah, I won't even trust that shit.
Yeah, dude, they basically sell drugs there.
Dude, they do down the street from me. Yeah, I snitched. I don't care. I'm about to move.
They basically sell drugs.
Just straight up, they run holes. Yeah. There's a whole system, man. It's a whole underworld people don't realize.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's
like
wild shit, man. I see it.
Convenient too.
Yes.
Yeah, so this dude, he was the one that developed the cock ring. Or the tech ring, the firm tech ring, a vibrating cock ring that tracks nocturnal erections and other data through the app.
Nocturnal erection. So
while you're asleep,
while you sleep, while you sleeping with your dick hard.
Yeah,
so we can test it.
Right, because you do wake up like in the middle of the night, like, hey, why is it hard? I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you wake up morning wood and shit. I mean,
yeah, or in the middle of the night, like, hey, I just want to take a leak.
Is this pee or?
I'm just trying to take a
Oh man. Okay. So hey, I mean, shout out to Dick Health.
Yeah, like this whole thing is just about like providing people with like valuable data about your own penis health, basically.
My shit running good. I ain't gonna get that. I'm good.
And they're trying to use like AI to provide like
Jesus.
Like behavioral therapy for premature ejaculations, and there's like an app for that too. Like if you ejaculate prematurely, like AI can pinpoint what the reason why you're doing a little too quick. And then like there's behavior therapy, and they can like train you, give you like a week program.
Like, is there, what would be a reason for? I don't know. So it detects premature ejaculation. It's gonna give you advice on how to hold that, how to hold it in.
Yeah.
It's like jerk off more. That's what the AI is gonna say. You have to build up a stamina. You gotta.
Yeah.
That's where you get it.
Like one of the concerns with this whole thing would be like the privacy and security about how they collect all this data.
Straight up, man. Someone gonna hack that shit. Get all your dick information.
Yeah. So it's like a gray area with
your
like
dick
the whole
stats.
Thing.
I'm good. I'm horrible.
Yeah, according to the dickstats.com,
you perform at this level.
Your dick is rated 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10
which
stars.
Is a below.
Needs improvement. It says in parentheses, needs improvement. Like, what the f?
Yeah, like, what the hell? They're going to put my dick information out there like that? Unhealthy.
You don't have big dick energy.
That's it's like poor dick health.
That's horrible, man.
It's like public data now, you know?
What if somebody hacked and just made every man feel like, oh man, my dick is trash?
I want that 10-star dick. Like,
10-star rating.
Shit. Damn. AI say he got 10-star dick. And you don't go against AI.
You're right. Hey, the AI right.
Like, what are you, smarter? Like, okay, I got it. You smart.
AI knows everything about dick.
Yeah, so that's like another thing. Like, you know how AI, it really knows us on the inside, but now it's going to know us
inside and out.
The inside.
The inside. To your balls. Oh, that's horrifying. I don't know. I feel like everything designed sometimes, even though it's for health purposes, it does, for me, increase anxiety. I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, like if you had cancer right now, would you want to know?
Yes.
That's responsible.
On that level, yes, I would want to know. But it was like little things, how my body just reacts to things. Like, oh, your heart rate's going up. I'm like, because this movie is good. Leave me alone. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
your wife's like, you nervous? What's going on?
You scared?
What's that pill like comedians they take before they get on stage, like to lower their heart rate? Beta blockers.
Is that what it's called?
I don't think that's like the real term of what they call it. That's like the street name, maybe. But yeah, beta blockers. I don't know what the real medicine name is. But I think it's like for people like well, I guess heart problems or some. I don't know.
Does it slow down the heart rate?
I think so. Yeah, makes you less nervous and shit. Communion music, because they got the nerves and shit.
Oh man, hell yeah! That's how I say to this day, man. Stand-up comedian, hardest profession on the planet. I could never do that. That is too much.
Yeah,
I would rather be an actor in a movie than a stand-up comedian. That's too much pressure.
Yeah, it's almost like a freestyle rapping.
Yeah, man. And you gotta make people laugh, man. It's different. Okay, so I got a story.
All right.
Says our bears are real. A Chinese zoo says, denying that they are humans in disguise. So over out there in China, a lot of people have been like accusing the Hangzhou zoo that the animals there are not real. Actually, the bears there are not real.
It's in China?
It's in China. People are like saying like, hey man, these bears are people in costumes. This is the new conspiracy going on in China. It's popping off.
Whoa.
And so basically saying like with these bears is that China's come out saying yeah we know we get it, but these bears like they're only because like the reason why these bears are tiny, very tiny, and they have like weird looking legs, and so when they stand up on their hind legs like some bears do sometimes,
it looks like a human.
It looks like human legs. It looks smaller than what you would think a bear's legs would look.
Yeah.
So people over in China have been making accusations saying like these are just people in costumes, but China's like no, they're not, man. They're actually bears. We promise. Like they're just a small. They're like Malaysian bears, so they're like they call like sun bears, and they're from Malaysia, so they're smaller, and they don't have the bigger build of like an American bear or anything you would see like a grizzly bear, nothing like that.
Yeah, I think Bob Cena, she says that shit look like a suit, like the way it stands.
Yeah, people are thinking like it looks like.
Yeah, I wish we had a picture.
Looking like straight up a man in a suit.
It looks like a fake ass bear. Like it.
Which and actually, you know what? At first, I was thinking that I was like, man, these people tripping. Like always, there's always a conspiracy with some shit. But then I did forget about this. It says even though some bears are like the size of like a large dog or whatever. It says, throughout China, though, other Chinese zoos have been accused of trying to pass off dogs dyed to look like wolves, African cats, donkeys to look like zebras. Yeah. I do remember a story from many years ago where they were trying to paint a donkey in China to look like a zebra because they couldn't get a zebra. And so
I remember seeing that.
So some eagle-eyed person was like, hey, man, what the fuck? This is Eeyore. This ain't Simba. This ain't what we supposed to have in here. This ain't no zebra. This ain't Chris Rock from the damn animated movie. This is
Yeah, I seen that. They paint the donkey like a zebra.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen. But dying dogs, that was a new one to me when I first read this earlier. Wolves,
golden retriever look like a lion.
It's a little fake ass mane.
Mm-hmm.
Poop. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not surprised. I don't even blame the people for acting this way towards that zoo, saying that's a bear, because they've lied in the past.
Oh, they lied before?
Yeah, they've lied. But like in China, they've lied with animals being what they are. They like painted them, had them look a specific way, but they were actually another race, another creature, another species, other than what they was promoting in China. Mm-hmm. So I get it, man. I get the Chinese folks being like, man, that's a bear in a suit, because they have lied before in China. Can they not afford these animals? Is China broke? I don't know.
Well, I think like it's a good thing. Like they're not actually capturing like the real animals. Like leave them in their homes. Don't be kidnapping these animals and put them in the zoos.
Yeah, I don't agree with that shit.
I think it's better. I think, but I don't know. Like, but the animals that actually are caught and they're doing that too. Making them different. They're probably going through abuse.
Probably.
They're probably getting fucked up. Motherfucker. It's like, we're doing this because we're trying to save other animals at your cost. But
the Chinese zoo did say that they gave a good explanation, saying that, well, it can't be like you guys are saying that we have humans inside suits trying to pretend like they're bears, but we say that it's impossible for that to happen because in these suits they would die in this heat. And I was like, yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
It'd be like a dead bear laying on the side.
Unless they got like AC in there,
Yeah, they would die in them suits in that heat. So, because it's getting hot everywhere on this planet. Everyone on Earth right now, we all know this. It's getting hot as shit. You would die in them bear suits right now.
Yeah, you die so fast.
Yeah, So,
1 minute.
So maybe they are bears. I think it's bears. But look, these people wouldn't feel this way if China was never lying about having other animals that weren't real. So yeah, but that's it for that story.
All right, I got one. All right, so kids tell us what they think 2050 would be like.
Oh shit!
So these like kids around the age of 8 to 11, and they would ask them all these questions of what they think like what 2050 would look like, which is like when they would be in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like they did ask me like questions like this when I was 10 years old too, and I remember saying like, yeah, we're gonna be in space, like we're gonna be able to travel like outer space like easily 30 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that when we was kids too. I was like, 2020.
Yeah, and I was talking about like how like all our technology is gonna be like in our wrists and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a lot of the tech shit I was talking about a long time ago. Even when I was in 5th grade, I already thought about like the tablet, like the smart tablet.
Yeah, I mean,
because I was like, why couldn't there be like a newspaper or like a book that's just like an electric screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it has all the books without you even having to have a physical page, but it's all stored on like one device.
Right.
And this was me in 5th grade. And I was thinking about all this shit about the future and stuff.
Maybe you're from the future.
Maybe, or the whole collective consciousness is already in the cloud.
Yeah, true.
I just pulled it.
Just grabbed it. It was there waiting for somebody to get it.
Yeah, like, oh, this motherfucker Billy Waters thought about, give me that shit. Because I can make it happen.
I guarantee you that anybody from the East Coast or in the South was not trying to grab that idea. Because I feel like, I don't know, when it comes to technology a lot, it seems like on the West Coast, y'all technology advancement was way more vast than
we had the Silicon Valley.
Yeah, this shit was different on our side of the world. Shit hit slower on the East Coast. That's what I kind of thought too. Yeah, it's a little so for you to have the idea of like having a tablet, I guarantee you nobody on the East Coast was thinking about that shit. That shit is a little different, man.
But here's like the weird thing: like you could take it back way back into like the time when they're building telegrams,
right?
And back then people weren't communicating like across the ocean. Like from here to Europe, like it wasn't a thing. Like we could call somebody in Europe, it wasn't even a thing. But the crazy thing is, like at this time where people were developing like the telegram, like people in the U.S., in Europe, like in Australia, like they all developed like their own telegram, and all built like the same way, at the same time. And if you think about it, like how is that even possible? They all thought about the same thing, same time, and built the same exact shit. Like it's not like exact like the same shit, but the functionality. It works just exactly the same.
And they've never communicated.
And they never connected anything. So they were like, okay, so is this collective consciousness like a real thing? Like they were able to pull like an idea from a cloud. Like it was already there, but anybody can pull the information down and then make it like happen in this world.
Now, what if it's only like, okay, like say if it was like there's this type of cloud that we can grab that collective consciousness from. What if you could only grab it if it's for beneficial to humanity? That can't be like some like...
I don't think there's rules to it though.
Huh?
There's probably like no rules to like if it benefits or if it's good or bad.
Okay, so
like, it's just there.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, okay, what if it's something that's just beneficial? Maybe it's like I don't know, because like the telephone changed the damn game, then the internet done changed forever.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi signals, but I was like, okay, this is advancements. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about like just positive stuff.
Because like when these people are developing like these ideas where it's like like a game changer, like something completely new.
Right.
When they talk about like, hey, how did you come up with this idea? They always keep saying like, yeah, it came to me like in a dream. Like it just happened, like,
somewhere,
yeah. So that's like the weird thing about it. Like with any like breakthrough in technology, like the really big ones, like with the fiber optics or whatever, like something like game changing, wireless technology is always something weird. Like it's weird, strange story of how they even come up with that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
because it's from something.
I did read in a book. They said like everything that's already created is created and is already in the air, and you can grab it whenever. Like you can be like in a state of meditation, and like for example, if you're building something and you're just so frustrated you can't figure it out, you're banging your head on the wall. You're like, why I can't figure this out, And then you take your little nap. Boom, you come back like, oh,
I'm back for charge.
Light bulb, but then you figure out how to do it.
Straight up, man. That's why my mom always told me when I lose something, take a step back and then come back to it later. And eventually when you like decompress, either panicking or trying to figure it out, you got like, especially like taking a nap, where like going to sleep really does help. Sometimes when I have issues thinking or like trying to solve something, like you said, go to sleep. sometimes you just wake up in the middle of the night like, oh shit, I got it. Like eureka.
Yeah, it's weird.
You grabbed it from somewhere. Like,
And it's just happening naturally.
You solved the problem.
Yeah, without you even like thinking like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just natural.
I think it's important. That's why I think it's very important for like the human brain to rest sometimes, man. We're not robots, man.
Yeah, we're machines. Wait, that's what we're saying. That's the same as robots.
Meat machines.
All right, so they asked this one of the students, Sophia, 10 years old. They asked her, "What do you think the future will be like?" Sophia was like, "Better, I hope." That's her voice.
All right.
They're like, "Better how?" She's like, less pollution, more recycling. They asked, "Do you think there would be new techniques for having less pollution?" Yes. Will schools be different? She said, "I don't think so. It's not getting worse now, but there are schools where they just use tablets and everything." This is normal answers from kids. Let's go to Leonardo, age 10. They're like, in the distant future, when you're 30, what do you think your life will be like? He says, normal. Okay, one question answer. Like normal meaning good or bad. He says that depends on if everything goes well. But he's like a pessimist about like life. Like,
oh damn.
He always believe in the bad and things that can happen.
I get it, kid.
He says like, so what bad thing do you think will happen? He says, well, I heard that if we don't save the earth in a few years, it'll be too late. He says, so when I'm 30, I don't think I'll be here anymore.
Oh, that's sad, man.
That's a true pessimist.
He might be on something. That shit is.
That's a pessimist attitude, though. Like,
he is ready. He's like, yeah, we about to live in a hellscape.
Yeah, we better save this earth for Leonardo. Age 10 is not going to be there.
He's like, I'm gonna be. He's already plotting like, yo, I'm gonna get my bomb shelter ready. I'm gonna stock up on some canned ravioli. Feel like I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go to Lewis, age 11.
All right.
They asked him what the future would be like. He says, I think there would be flying cars and robots. See, that's the crazy thing. When we were young, I thought there was going to be flying cars and robots too.
Me too.
Like, it's happening, but it's so slow. Because we're at, like, what, 2023?
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing a Super Nintendo game way back then, right? It was called, like, Baseball 2020. And there was robots playing baseball. I was like, oh, damn, like, 2020 is going to be lit.
This is it.
Now 2023, like, I think we're pretty advanced, though.
I think we are moving on along pretty well. But to have robots playing baseball, that's cute. That's like the year 2000 and
I don't think it's necessary.
I don't really get the point. That's gonna just.
Yeah, we were thinking about like things on big scales like that, but we weren't even thinking on a scale of like how we would socialize in the future.
Not even for real. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't think anybody considered that.
Because I think that's like the big thing, like in our reality, in our future, or today, like the ability to communicate with anybody from any area of the world instantly and tell the world about their opinions instantly. Instant.
Everything's like this now. That's why people have like such little patience, including myself. I'm starting to realize my patience is getting shorter, but it's because some things aren't happening fast enough now. And I'm like, stop, Chris. It's only going to take 1 minute. Not everything has to be 15 seconds.
Snap back to reality.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Oh, there goes gravity.
I got to take a leak. We'll be right back.
All right.
And we're back. All right, let's get to some other question that they asked these kids. All right, so Elodie, what a weird name. 8 years old. They said, what do you think the world will be like when you're 30? He or she says, well, the trees will be a bit bigger.
All right.
Facts. Like, trees grow, right? I'm thinking when I heard that, I was like, this is a kid being a smartass. They says, oh, really? Why? Well, because things will change a bit and motorbikes will have one wheel, not two. I think they kind of have that already.
Wait, so like riding a motorcycle, but it's one tire?
Yeah, like Triton. I mean, not Triton.
Like a unicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, unicycle.
What am I saying? Triton.
Tricycle?
What's that movie? Tron.
Tron, yeah, Tron.
Like that, but like one wheel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, unicycle. That's what's called unicycle.
Yeah, unicycle. Yeah. This kid's like in the past right now. Then they said, what do you want to do when you grow up? Like, do you want to work with trees? That's weird. It's like, no, he's like, no, I'm going to be a baker. He says, do you think bread will be the same as it is now? Kid was like, no, it'll be as big as my friend. That sounds like an 8-year-old. Nothing even makes sense.
We should get a teenager.
Yeah.
Can we get like a 15-year-old?
Vice was like, wow, that's a really big bread, so everything will be bigger. Kid was like, no, but there will be, the future will be about like bikes with one wheel. And then he changed it. He was like, no, like maybe like motorbikes with no wheels.
No, he's lying.
Yeah. He's like, I take that back. Like no wheels on motorbikes.
He's like, no. They hover.
And then they asked like, will you ride these motorbikes? And then they're like I'd like to, but it's more for boys. So it was a girl talking.
Okay.
And her name was Elodie.
Elodie sounds Native American.
That's like Elon mixed with
Lodi.
Brody. Broads.
Oh man, she sounds like a coked up 80s executive dude. Like, all right, listen up. I have an idea. How about bikes, but with one tire? No tires.
It'll be floating.
It'll be floating.
And it's gonna run on the magnetic grid. Like, oh, we're on to something.
Oh,
like, how much would it cost to like make the whole road like magnetic? We're gonna design a paint that's gonna be magnetic. You know?
Yeah, just the paint.
Yeah, just the paint.
That's awesome. That's actually very brilliant.
Yeah, and the paint is gonna hold that electric magnetic charge and shit.
Fuck building a rail system. Just the paint.
Just the paint.
See, that's genius right there. That's actually better.
I'm a kid.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
get
that.
these kids
Some
out of
kind
here.
of like magnetic paint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! No, you might want to copyright that shit. That actually sounds.
I wouldn't even know how to even develop.
Yeah,
that.
How would you even start?
But it's in the cloud now.
I like that.
So I'll be like, boop, put the idea in the cloud, and the cloud will figure out how to make it.
What year
someone's gonna make it.
What year is this? What are they saying? 2050 for these kids?
2050.
2050. Somebody 2050 is going like mine.
Like the idea is there, but then like the engineer is gonna grab it and then make it happen.
Magnetic paint. This is insane. That's actually fucking genius.
MIT graduate.
Right.
Magnetic paint. Okay, let's figure this out. All right, so they asked Adam, 8 years old, and Camille, 10 years old. They asked him how the future would be like. They said everything would be more technological. Like, is there anything you want to be invented? Adam said, well, there's already electric bikes, but it would be nice to have flying bikes. Vice said, do you think that'll be possible? Adam said, yeah, there would be like mini walkways with no gravity to make objects float. How old is Adam again? 8 years old.
He's kind of talking smart, you know what I'm saying? He
yeah, because it's like
no gravity.
Mini walkways with no gravity to make objects float. Vice was like, I like that.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's like, oh yeah, and flying skateboards.
Don't forget.
What do you see yourself doing when you grow up? Adam says, maybe not working for public transport because they won't exist anymore.
Oh man, I wish.
He says everything's gonna be like ran by androids. They said, oh shit, like do you think it'd be better or worse? Adam says better. Damn. Maybe by then there'll be less pollution so the earth will last longer.
So he's on the side of AI. He's siding with AI.
Well, like the bigger picture is like he wants to keep the earth.
No, I get it. I'm joking.
Yeah, that's like the big picture.
No, hey, these kids are smart, man.
Yeah, I think that's like the big picture. Like people need to realize, how can we sustain Earth to make it last longer?
Dude,
because we've been fucking that shit up like crazy.
Man, turn this shit up, man. Since the turn of like 19th century?
Yeah, like the fucking.
So the Industrial Revolution.
The machine era, yeah, Industrial Revolution.
In that short amount of time, we done fucked this shit up. like we've existed longer without these machines than we have with them. But in the time frame that we've had these machines, we didn't fuck this shit up.
Yeah, we degrade like the planet a lot with pollution, everything, dude.
Just chipping away at it.
A lot of greed happening.
But I like how this kid's thinking on some green shit. So this shows like I do feel positive about the future of this planet. If it's true that we only have a few years left to.
Yeah, but public transit is green. It's pretty green. It doesn't want to run on gas. Nothing. It's all electric and shit.
Even the motor buses.
Yeah. Well, no, they run on gas.
Oh, I was about to say, man, that was oh god.
But the whole subway thing is all electric.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so now they ask Camille. She says, I also think that some things will be worse, like the countryside won't be the countryside no more. It says, oh, really? No more countryside anywhere? Question mark. It's like, well, maybe in other countries. And then Adam, he jumps in. He says, what I would like for us to do is to demolish buildings and grow lots of plants again and live in nature in some kind of cave or something.
What? He trying to go back to zero.
Damn.
Shit.
Okay, man.
There's what do you say?
Trying to go back to zero.
What was he talking about before, saying that he hopes that no, he's saying like there's gonna be no more rural areas. What do you say? Like there's gonna be like no countryside.
Yeah, Camilla. She was saying that she don't want no more countryside.
Oh, she doesn't want any more of it.
No, not that she don't want. But she's saying like there won't be no countryside no more.
I agree with her.
Yeah.
Yo, there's this story I read some time ago. It's about this dude when he's a child. He slipped like this rip in reality, and he ended up like in a year like 1,000-something years in the future, where the entire Earth was just like one massive, just like nothing but cities. There's like it was like no trees no more, no soil. Everything was all just machines, cities, operating everything. And when he landed there, he wound up getting snatched up by like these scientists, and they performed experiments on him, took out all his original organs. Actually, it was like this comic book series called The Authority. This dude, like, they take out all of his like internal organs, and they replace it with like mechanical ones and all types of different shit. Like, he had like 2 hearts implanted in him and all that stuff. And then they sent him back into the present day. And so he has this nickname called the God of Cities. He has this ability where anytime he's close to a city, he's able to control all he can talk to buildings. Like,
holy shit.
It's like somebody got murdered like on the street. He talked to like a stop sign. He like, stop sign, what happened? Hey, what happened at this time? He can communicate with everything. He has like a symbiotic relationship with cities, and it's crazy as shit. He can talk to buildings. Like, there was like one time there was like a shootout in the street, and he was like talking to a building. He was like, hey, can you help me out? And the building was like, I got you. And then the building like dropped a brick on this dude's head that had a gun. Like,
what?
But he's able to really like just communicate cities. But he wasn't realizing the reason why Earth wasn't being taken over and just becoming this city shit is because he starts it. But that's why they kidnapped him and made him to like this being that could communicate with cities and But they completely just wiped out all nature. This future version of humans, because humans get to a point where
so he's all connected to all that.
Yeah. And he starts realizing like, oh my god, like humans' destiny is to make best. Eventually, just they're allowing machines to take over. They're handing the keys over to machines to take over Earth, and it gets crazy.
That kind of reminds me. You remember that TV show Heroes?
Oh man, I was thinking about it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I love that show.
Remember, like they had like this one girl where they had to kidnap her because she was like the connection with everybody. It's like she was like the mainframe.
The cheerleader?
No, not the cheerleader. It was like a different girl. Where like her connection, like she's connected to every single human being on Earth, and she was like the most powerful thing.
I feel like it's on the tip of my eye. A little bit.
Yeah, she was like the key to like the connection of everybody. Like if they said, "Hey, where's Chris at?" She'd be like, "Oh, he's doing a podcast over here, blah 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 location."
Was this the first season or the second season?
I forgot.
I remember there was somebody that could use a track down.
It was on Heroes, or I don't know, maybe another show. I'm not sure.
Or maybe it might have been X-Men. I know there's some people with like they could track to other people with the same abilities type shit.
Like, it was like a girl, and she just had connections to every single living human being. She was like the mainframe computer, which I think like that shit might be true, but not in the form of like a human being.
Yeah.
But in the form of like, you know, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, in the same fashion.
Where they're able to like tap into every single individual. They have information, every single person in the world. Because they've been collecting data for a long time now. Anybody has like a smart device, they got you. They been had you. They have us. They got us in the palm of their hands a long time ago.
They've been had us.
They're like, you think you guys were ahead of us? Like, no. We got you guys. Checkmate.
We've been at us. My mom was telling me this story recently about how she knew this guy. He like lost his mind because he thought there was like cameras in his apartment.
And there is.
And he was tearing shit up, man.
He was the one putting it up.
Tearing everything up, man. And then the guy, they know. He was getting so like violent in his apartment, tearing shit up, looking for cameras, like punching holes in walls and shit.
I kind of remember that story.
Like, yeah, my mom like wound up having like they had to call the cops on him just for his own safety. But they like went in his apartment. He was like taking shit in drawers and stuff like that. But she talked about how he had like a camera inside of like his vent. Well, he
But
thought
they found a camera?
no. Sorry, he thought he found a camera inside one of his vents. Like like one of them vents that are closer to the floor, but they're bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But when Mom saw, she saw like the vent wasn't all the way pulled out. Like the screws weren't pulled out. He like bent that shit back with pure strength, trying to look for like a fucking like an actual like camcorder or something, some kind of like little mini camera or something. But when Mom saw that, she was like, "Holy shit!" She was like, "I saw him earlier today, and he was like freaking out, and he was kind of making me worried because he walked up to me like wearing no shirt. He's erratic, and then." He's like, when I saw that he had bent back the vent, like not even unscrewed. He's like just bent that shit back with his bare hands.
Damn.
He said he could have fucking killed me if I was just by myself, but I'm glad he didn't. But dude, yeah,
That kind of remind me of that one
People get like
movie where the guy had like a split personality.
oh Split.
Split,
Oh,
yeah.
that move crazy as shit.
Yeah, like where he's like normal one time, and then his other version of him is like fucking strong as shit.
Yeah, they call it like the Beast, something like that.
Yeah, and then like another version of him can crawl on walls or whatever.
Yeah, what he's like, someone was like a nurse, I think, and then he like a kid,
Yeah.
and some other different personalities. But the one was like, all the other personalities were scared of the Beast. It's like, oh, he did whatever.
That shit might hold some truth.
And
to
it taps into like
man.
this. When it takes over, it taps into like this, the
Yeah.
shit that you don't even know you can do.
Right, that's just so crazy. 'cause
Man, it unlocks.
you really don't know like what you're even capable of until you actually tap into like whatever it is like you're maybe trying to keep locked up in a basement, but you just don't know it. Then you're able to tap into that at a certain time when something triggers it. You like hit that button.
Probably like stress, something like that.
Yeah. I would think it has to be like extreme type of stress to where it's capable of you becoming something like, who is that guy? Who is that girl?
And
I think Split, like the way they
the Split
they
was-
showed it is probably like the most extreme way you can show somebody with split personality.
yeah.
But like in a form of like could science even explain this, right? Like somebody who's just like fragile, right? But then in a split personality, he becomes like the most strongest person.
Yeah, it's a different whole person. I take
Yeah,
over.
like he could pick up a car or whatever and punch holes through walls.
Yeah, that was like in the TV show. Heroes had the same thing. I think Heroes. I don't know if Heroes did it first. Probably Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde did it first, but I know with Heroes, they remember that chick? She was like a stripper, but then she had this split personality named Nikki, and she was like just like,
Yes.
she had like a little son with the
With the frazzle hair.
yeah, with the frazzled hair. Yeah. You remember? I think his name was Micah. He was like a genius or some shit.
Oh, he was the genius.
He's a
child.
genius kid that can,
I
like,
think
talk-
he was the one that's connected.
He like talk, was it him?
He talked to machines. Yeah,
He could talk to machines like ATM, like give me $1,000, which is man.
Yeah, that's the
You
one.
want to talk about somebody good? Give me those powers. My car won't start. Please, come on, man. Let me get to work. Because machines, I guess, are like sentient beings. You have to like communicate with it. It's crazy.
I think so. I think everything has like a spirit to it. Like,
Some level, if it can be built.
oh yeah, vehicles, everything, rocks.
Hey, Earth made it.
Yeah, like a rock has a soul and shit. Imagine being a rock until like, all right, I'm done being a rock. Let me be a human now.
If rocks are sentient, they gotta be the oldest living things in
Yeah, like
anything.
These rocks just watching us.
The old.
I bet they're enjoying the show.
He's like, the rock is probably like.
You're welcome.
You remember back when we used to see dinosaurs walk around and fight?
Yeah, and then now I'm watching you do podcasts.
Do a podcast show. Now I'm here in this room.
Damn, that's crazy.
Now we just chilling in here.
Damn. Jesus
Goddamn.
Christ.
But yeah.
What else we got? All right, these kids, right? One of them is named Pavo,
Okay.
8 years old. Martin, 8. Vasily, 9 years old. And Mathis.
Mathis. Oh, he's like a Judge Mathis.
All right, they asked
Shit.
Pavel. Pavel's like, there'll be flying cars. I like, yeah, we all said that too when we were young.
Move, kid. You're saying the same shit we all said. Move.
Vasily says there will be buildings with a lot of electricity.
Vasily's is.
Yeah,
I'm
scared.
Where does he live at? I'm sorry, no, not to show him this kid, but
Pavel says, I think there will be garages that open on its own.
ah,
All right,
maybe they know that.
what else we got?
Maybe the aliens.
Mathis says, he says €1 is going to be worth 1,000.
Wait, what? What?
Like €1
It's gonna be worth $1,000 one
is
day.
going to be worth like 1,000 euros.
Oh man, he don't know about Brexit. No, none of that shit. Oh man.
Okay, he's like he just want to make money.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
But
like.
you know, like something's happening like pretty soon, like with China, Russia, a couple other countries. They're really trying to create this one world currency, like a new currency.
Yeah, they've been doing that since. I thought about that back when.
No, I think it's happening like in August 20 something. So something big is happening.
Is it with
soon.
Europe and Russia? Or
No,
Europe
with China, Russia.
I can see that. They already tried to do. They already did the European Union money. That was a whole another thing.
Yeah, the crazy thing like with China. Never mind. I like doing podcasts. Never mind.
I'm not trying to get assassinated on my birthday. So you said like the garage door. The building with electricity. Interesting.
Yeah, and this is a garage door open by itself. But like, so I was reading these questions. Then I'm thinking like, I was like, did we not advance like that far to where like the imagination of these kids is almost like static? Like it didn't even like reach like new levels of imagination. It's almost like their imagination is dead now.
I mean, you had a couple of good ones. Yeah, some solid ones with that. Was it time traveling kid? What the fuck was it? Which one was it?
What would he say?
Some kid, something I was kind of. Oh no, we're talking about like with the gravity and.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's kind of advanced.
Yeah, that's hitting there, like with like what's actually going on right now.
See, they fucked up. They should ask teenagers. They should ask teenagers like
Yeah, because
a little bit more. You know, they could.
Yeah, but like they should have teenagers.
Because kids are stupid. Kids are cool, but they kind of.
It almost seems like they're like the same kids like as us when we were growing up. So it's almost like nothing really changed that much as far as like education or, just imagination. Period.
Yeah.
I would think like kids nowadays, like since they're in front of these TV screens and devices all the time, right? I would think their imagination would be like way more crazier than like what we even imagine, because they're already
at that age. I mean, maybe
they're already like delivered like they see everything already.
Actually, I don't think kids are stupid. They just don't know any better. Because the kids, man, look, if you took like 8-year-old me and then learn how to take 8-year-old me and then teach me how to work a tablet versus an 8-year-old of 2023, I would get embarrassed. I wouldn't know shit. I'm like, where's the rewind button? I come from the era of like play.
Yeah, well, analog. Yeah, it is a difference because like they're born into technology,
dude. Yeah.
Straight up, like they're born, their pictures taken with a smartphone already.
Well, no, that one girl was Camilla, whatever her name was. That one girl did say like, "There's no rural areas." I do see what she's saying too, like no country areas. Because even now, like the area I grew up in out here in Georgia, there was like no MARTA station. There was no MARTA buses coming through the area. There's no Walmart, no nothing. But throughout time, I'm seeing like the area I grew up in, it's like they've expanded the roads. There's Walmart out there now. MARTA buses, bus stops. They put all types of shit in the area.
Popeyes.
They did build Popeyes.
And everybody went crazy.
They built the Popeyes and Wendy's. But like this is stuff that when I grew up in that area, it was almost, to me back then when I was a kid, it felt like it was more rural than anything. Where now it's like, holy shit, it's kind of like a bustling area now where people like driving through my parents' neighborhood where nobody really did that before. Because it's like people use it like as a shortcut to get to the other side of like Ellenwood. But I don't know. Cities are expanding, man. They're expanding fast as shit. They even talking about doing developments in Clayton County, like that hotel and all that stuff. So they doing a lot.
Yeah. So that's it with those kids. You have another one?
Other than that, just Lake Lanier.
Hey, let's talk about Lake Lanier.
Bodies are dropping at Lake Lanier.
All right, so like give like a little short story of Lake Lanier for like the people that don't know about Lake Lanier out here in Georgia.
Yes, Lake Lanier is out there in Forsyth County. For anybody who doesn't know the historical stance on Forsyth County, it has one of the most racist moments ever in Georgia history when they ran a bunch of black folks out of town. And after they did that, they completely just buried that whole town underwater. And now Lake Lanier sits on top of a black town that has been drowned, and people go swimming in it like it's perfectly fine. But bodies have been dropping as long as I've probably been living here in Georgia. It seems like it's escalating more. I don't know if it's because maybe the media is talking about these deaths more or whatever, but yeah, these bodies are dropping in the most weirdest ways. For the longest, I always just took it as like people kind of like, it happens, people drown, whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember a story many years ago of a boat just mysteriously just exploding
yeah,
in the middle of the lake. And that's why I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this
So
is,
like Lake Lanier, they're known to have like a huge body count during like the peak season of summertime.
Yeah.
Where people going out on the lakes having fun. You would hear like weird stories. Like, for example, I heard about like a jogger just jogging, you know, normal. She's not even in the water, but then they end up finding her dead in the water in the lake.
How?
But she was just jogging. There'll be other stories where, like, a kid will go into the water, right? Like, it looks like he's drowning. Then they will have like a guy trying to save the kid, but then the guy end up dying too.
Mm-hmm. Him and the kid, right?
Yeah, and then you got to think like this is a lake. It's not like an ocean or anything, and it's a man-made lake. What's going on with this lake that's so strong to where, you know, an adult that's a strong swimmer cannot even save a child that's drowning?
Yeah.
And then he ends up drowning. Like what's happening?
I mean, because I'm pretty sure plenty of people still got on boats and swim out there. It's not like nobody's going out to Lake Lanier. It's just that eventually it just keeps claiming lives.
A lot of lives.
I've heard stories of where people would swim out to, like, not even so much with your story, where like, you know, the dude went to go save the kid and died too. I've heard stories where a friend went out to go swim out into the water to go save a friend, and they drowned too. But they were like, but he was such a good swimmer and da da da. But you know, and I do understand how difficult it is for like to save somebody that's drowning because they're pulling you down. They flat, like, you know, it's different, and
Right.
it could drag your ass down. But
Because there's a lot of people that's just drowning like that.
yeah.
Like it's a lot. It's not just like, you know, once in a blue moon something happened like this. This happens like every year and a lot at Lake Lanier.
Well, the one story that happened recently was the boy that jumped into the water, right? And it was electrified. He got electrocuted.
Yeah, it says like the breaker box was on, some shit like that.
Yeah, the breaker box was one that said
That's
like maybe
weird. That's weird, right?
it said like maybe a wire fell into the water or something. But he jumped in the water, got electrocuted, and then he got his body out the water, and then he wound up dying like a couple days later or something like that. But
Yeah, and like the weird thing is like it's not only he that died. It's like 3 other people. I mean, 2 other people
Two
that
other people
died.
died.
I think in that same weekend or some shit.
in the same weekend, yeah, within like this past weekend, which I mean, you think was a damn holiday going on. I know Lake Lanier was popping like that this weekend, but
It's crazy because
Apparently-
I don't think people are taking Lake Lanier like that serious like that. Because they hear about all these deaths, right? But they're not even, you know, the people that's the non-believers are like, oh yeah, like a lot of people that's dying, like it's people that's on boats drinking alcohol, doing God knows what, and this is why they're dying because they're being reckless.
mm-hmm.
But then like that kid that just jumps in the lake, get electrocuted.
Come on, man, like. Because it's like
That's weird. It's just weird.
When I was reading about it, they were saying that the family was doing some type of something with their pier with some lighting and stuff, and they had just got like some electricity installed there. This is like some Final Destination shit, folks. They had just
That's
installed.
what it sounds like.
They installed some like they had just installed electricity on their pier, and I guess when that boy no, not boy, he's 24, he's like grown ass man, but he went and he jumped off the pier, and when he went in the water, he got like electrocuted.
Yeah.
Faulty wire fell, hit the water, so. I guess it was like basically like electrified the whole area to that pier.
Yeah,
What it sounds
I
like.
mean that could be like, you know, like of course like a human mistake, you know. But that's just like one story. Like we couldn't even count that one as like being something like paranormal because that sounds like a human mistake
Yeah.
where they're doing like electrical stuff. Like of course that's gonna happen.
I think they whatever they did with the electricians did it right, and then kind of like Final Destination when
Oh,
you see like they put the wire in like,
you
hey
said
guys,
the ghost triggered it.
yeah, yeah, like all right, John, the day's over with. The plug is all everything's all plugged up.
Yeah,
High
like,
five, and then
It would happen at like Lake Lanier, which is famous for
these hauntings, man.
yeah, people dying out of nowhere. So like, it fits into like the narrative of the whole story of it being weird.
To
But
me,
still, like in the logical point of view, if you're looking at it, like, oh yeah, the family they're being reckless. They, you know, they're working with electricals. They didn't know what they're doing.
yeah.
And yeah, that would be like the most logical way of looking at it without nothing paranormal.
I see
But
it
this
as
is just like one story though, like that.
oh yeah.
A lot of it is like weird though.
A lot of weird shit there, man. Actually, there was another thing too. I didn't know. Like, I never been. Have I been to Lake Lanier? I think I might have been there once, but I never got in that shit. But earlier this month, back in early July or July 11th, rather, says rabid beaver bites swimmer at Lake Lanier. So this lady was like swimming and shit, and this beaver just came up like ank. just bit her ass, like not her ass literally, but actually bit her in the water, and the beaver had rabies.
Oh shit!
So she contracted rabies, and they take her to the local hospital. They actually tracked down the beaver, killed it. The news didn't explain how they killed the beaver because they wanted to be sensitive to the younger viewers, I guess. But whatever, they tracked down the beaver that bit her because of rabies. Because obviously you don't want it to infect other animals, and so it looks like the animals are working for them now. I guess. So, I don't know. This is the first time I have a beaver attack at Lake Lanier. So, and then obviously beavers don't even normally attack humans. They usually eat like grass and shit. They got strong ass teeth though. Like they eat trees, so obviously they can tear a human apart. But
hey, Stu Jersey, thank you, dude.
Stu Jersey, what's good, bro?
Stu Jersey.
Yeah, but now Lake Lanier tripping right now. I don't know why people keep going. I think they're trying to test the limits of reality. I wouldn't test it. That place tripping.
Yeah, it's wild. I got one more story before we close out.
Oh, yes, do it.
It's a long episode, huh?
Yeah, beef one.
All right, so a U.S. soldier about alien technology, he discovered like a heavy stone slab that was hovering in the air. All right, so a former U.S. soldier, D.C. Long, claims that he witnessed an advanced alien technology in a secret military bunker. He saw a monolithic stone slab 6 meters long, hovering effortlessly in the air like an anti-gravity experiment.
Ooh.
Long, he says that like after like he saw this, right, like I think he was trying to tell people about it, but he was confronted with like the Men in Black.
Okay.
This dude is like official too. It's like official. He was in the military. Everything has already been confirmed that he was in the military.
Right.
But he saw like this stone slab 6 meters long and shit, just hovering like that.
Just
hovering.
hovering.
Like, yeah. It's like a monolith and shit. And it's like, what the fuck is this shit? So like he was approached by these Men in Black, and they try to intimidate him and try to silence him from like revealing like U.S. government ties like with extraterrestrial forces, because he was saying that the U.S. military, they already have connection with ETs,
right? Of course.
And they're working together.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the whole story with the whole shit. Like they're working together with the military the whole time. But he can't just go out there and just say that shit. Like,
no, I know.
Because like
Not
I guess
yet.
I guess he had like high status like within the military to where like if he said something they'd be like, oh okay, because he had like credentials and everything that like why would he tell like a fake story like this to would like jeopardize like his whole career in the military.
Okay.
What Stu said?
Stu says that's the interview I was talking about a few episodes ago.
Really? Oh, you know about this dude. Long contacted a UFOologist, Sean Ryan, to share his experience about serving with the 18 Airborne headquarters out in Fort Bragg.
Oh, yeah.
He says the incident occurred when he was helping his father, a military contractor, at a building construction site. The hangar where he saw the anti-gravity experiment was named Range 19.
Mm-hmm.
After the incident, Longfather's office was booted and his company like went out of business. So his dad, the whole office was like looted by like I guess military people. Like they looted the whole office, and then they put his business went straight out of business. Like they basically sabotaged like this whole dude's life, his dad's life, everything.
Damn.
Because of like the knowledge like they know about this, anti-gravity device, what they were using to lift these stone slabs up like so easily. Like I'm pretty sure it was like used like with certain frequencies, like sound frequencies, but they figured out the right frequency to use.
Yeah, just like
like not just like to float it, but they can maneuver it like any way they want.
Yeah, because floating is just the first step. You gotta know how you gonna control that. Shit.
Without like no propulsion system. Like it's not using no propulsion, nothing. It's just like it's just happening and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Completely like alien like technology, basically.
Yeah, so that's what it is. That's we still on tires down here. Shit.
Right. So like his father, he ended up dying from like cancer, and then like the dude Long himself, the guy that was gonna say everything about all this shit that happened, he had like a near fatal skydiving incident, and then he claims that one of the people that he saw at Range 19 where he was working sabotaged like his parachute, like where he was jumping out. And then like he was in like a coma and everything. Like,
damn.
Yeah, he got like fucked up, and he was like,
"Well, they're really trying to do it."
Like, hey, one of you guys fucking sabotaged my parachute. Like, they're after him.
They're like, what parachute? What are you talking about?
So this is when like Long he decided to speak about like his experience, like to ensure people that in the country like don't like they know a lot of shit that they don't even want to tell us, like bad shit. You know, like bad shit that they've been keeping away from us. Like they would they kill their own people before they even let the truth come out.
Man, yeah,
that's how far they would go. Like, no.
They've killed people for less.
Thank you for serving pop pop pop. It's crazy. And then this dude, like I think like, you know, the dude like Dave Rush, the one that came out, he was like the recent one that came out at the Congress. He was speaking at
with the UFO.
Yeah, the Congress hearing about the whole UFO incident. Like he had like a high level security within like the military, where he had access to a lot of information about people that were on the inside, and they actually seen like alien entities, UFO spacecraft. They were telling him everything about this shit. They're like, yeah, like, dude, we got bodies, man, of like non-human people. Like, we have them.
We got the evidence.
Yeah, and he was working like he didn't physically see it, but he was on that same program with them.
Yeah.
Where I guess like I don't know if he was forced to come out and talk about it. I think that might have been like the situation where he had to come out and talk about like
what he experienced, or
no, like the information that he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like almost like he was forced to talk about that shit, to tell the Congress like, hey, they've been lying about this whole shit. Like this shit does exist. Like there's people on the inside, high credentials, everything, like all these top level clearance and everything, telling him about all this stuff, showing him pictures too. I think he's seen like a lot of pictures of like non-human entities, but he couldn't just show like people like shit like that.
Can't show. He can be like, hey, look, he can't do all that now.
Yeah, because they have to go through like another level of clearance. Like, all right, can we show this now? You know, because whatever they're showing is official shit. It's not no doctored image. You know, like no Photoshop.
This is official shit. Yeah. This is legally. This is what we got. We ain't lying.
We're here, man.
Yeah, we here. We here. We here. They here.
Oh, yeah, it's happening, dude. The whole UFO shit is happening.
It's almost getting to a point. I feel like UFO stuff is getting old news. I think like a lot of people.
Yeah, like people are not taking it serious now. Like they're like, okay, they exist.
Where's the body now? Where's more evidence?
What's the fun TikTok video? You
know?
Yeah, it's like that. Like they're saying people can't handle the truth. Like I don't think people care about the truth anymore like that. But like it's cool how it's all coming out now, like in our lifetime, that we can actually experience like this thing happening. I
mean, for sure, yeah. This is the UFO boom right now, man. It's like we can
it's like
congressional hearings and videos and
the whole shit with like Bob Lazar. Everybody's saying like, man, Bob Lazar must be like stress free now because everything he said was true.
It's not on me anymore, man.
You see Instagram videos like Bob Lazar is so chill. His fucking arm wrestling like GSP from the UFC.
Oh,
I'm like, damn,
he's getting him.
He's living his best life. Like, arm wrestling like GSP.
He's been beginning to believe.
Because GSP, like, you know, Jordan St. Pierre.
Yeah,
he has like an alien story that he never wanted to like admittedly tell like what happened to him. I think he got abducted, but he didn't want to say what the hell happened to him. Like, but he probably told like Joe Rogan like off camera like what happened. But he said he experienced like something with like ET. You know, to where it changed like his whole life. Oh. But he never physically like talked about it on camera.
Who would, man? That's like I believe if anyone was truly abducted by an alien, they would know more. They would know. Normally they would probably wouldn't talk about it because you would tell your closest people in your life, and they would probably laugh at you, and already door closed. Like you don't want to tell nobody.
Like, if you're famous and something happened like that to you,
man, you look crazy as shit.
Yeah. So I think something did happen to him. Because he's more different now, how he talks. And now he's hanging out with Bob Lazar. So I was like, yeah, you alien people.
Alien folks.
But yeah, we're gonna end this podcast with that.
Yeah.
Once again, happy birthday to you too.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro. Yes.
Our birthday is like 3 days apart or something like that.
Yeah. Mine was Saturday. Yours was Monday.
Today.
Tuesday.
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Same yours is today, man.
Yeah, I almost forgot my own birthday.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
For real. Love you guys.
Hey, next week is gonna be the last episode for a long time.
Yes, for a good minute. We're gonna
For a
take
long time. So
go on hiatus.
I hope all you OG guys come out to New Jersey. All you guys
Support.
come out for the last episode for a long time.
Yes.
Because the next time we do the next episode, it's gonna be from 2 different states.
Yes, I won't be here.
Yeah, you'll be far away.
Far away. I'll be on the West Coast, guys.
Yeah, good thing like we have technology so we can.
Right, this band. We wouldn't even be able to.
It's gonna look the same too. It's gonna be like, oh, Chris never left.
He's still here. Wearing his Reading Rainbow shirt.
Still the same dynamics, you know.
Right.
So like, hopefully, like, yeah, after next episode,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.
It's not illegal to not listen.